Namaste. It's an honor and privilege to be part of this engaging forum. I have always been intrigued by the image of an iceberg. A small part of it, the tip, as you can see on screen, is visible. The base on which the tip stands remains unseen. Much like our behaviors, we can observe them, others can notice them, but why we do what we do remains unseen or less understood. The driving forces of our behavior, which most of us are unaware of, remain below the tip of the iceberg, and they are our values, the most powerful tool for self-leadership, and that's what I'll be talking about today. While most of us have already become aware of these driving forces that we have, others are yet to discover these. And until we put our focus on self-discovery, all of us will end up taking decisions unconsciously which may take us toward or away from our goals, leaving us feeling like we are not in control. I have lived all my life believing that life is all about the choices we make and the decisions we take. And it is this constant journey of making choices that makes our life more meaningful or less meaningful, more fulfilled or less, profound or trivial. And all these choices that we make are led by our inner compass, which navigates our way towards our goals. The image that you see on screen is just an illustration depicting the various roles that we all play in our life. In fact, all the roles that I have played in my life until now, whether it was the role of a mother to two lovely daughters. In fact, they presented this illustration, this image to me on one of my birthdays, expressing their love and gratitude. The role of a proud wife of an army officer who fought battles and also battled cancer, and of course, came out stronger. 2 decades down the line with series of chemotherapies and 40 days of radiation. And of course, he's now living a beautiful, healthy, retired life. What were the driving forces? The role of a professional teaching psychology. The role of a founder director of mental wellness organization. All these roles that I have played have added value to the economy of purpose, which has led me to become self-actualized from being merely self-aware. Now, the point here is, what are the driving forces of all these roles that all of us sitting here play, which I would like to now talk about? Being the why person that I am, with a background in psychology, I wanted to dig a little deeper and get into the neuroscience and psychology of values. And one of the emerging science is pointing out that we can actually help people align with a new set of values, though we are yet to establish this. They're also talking about how context can impact values. In fact, that's what the organizations are doing today. They're investing a lot of time, money, and effort on helping people discover their values. They have two choices. One, either they work with people who they share their values with, or they help them align their values with the values of the organization. And that is what the why and what of our behavior. On this beautiful journey that I have lived until now, today, I can safely say that I was able to discover two of my driving forces, and they are empowerment and pursuing my purpose. Let me ask you all a question. What are your driving forces? What is it that gets you going every single day? Let's talk about some of our dreams and goals. Some of you seated here might be executives, corporate professionals, or the owner of a successful business looking to find a balance, maybe a work-life balance. Millions of people around the world take a look at their life and wonder and wish if it could be different in some or the other way. It's not grass being green on the other side of the syndrome. It's a lack of knowledge, knowing what is really important to us about our goals. Maybe some of us seated here may have some brilliant idea of being an entrepreneur for a product or a service that can change the world forever. Or maybe somebody seated here is just a wonderful musician, an artist looking, or a writer looking for a creative breakthrough. Whatever your dreams, goals, aspirations, circumstances, and situations might be, the bottom line is that if you wish to live happily, you need to live staying aligned with your core values. And if discovering these core values or driving forces are so crucial to our mental health and success, then how can we become aware of these driving forces? The answer lies in some questions we must ask ourselves. And what are those questions? Let's look at some of those questions. What is really important to me about our goals, about my goals that I have set for myself? What does something really mean to me? I would like you all to think about any 2 or 3, some pivotal experiences of your life which were very valuable. Can you think about any 2 experiences which made you feel great, blessed, grateful about yourself? What was important about those events? Equally important is to also think about 2 or 3 negative experiences or some unpleasant moments to discover the underlying emotions and feelings. And if you can do that, you'll be able to find, if you've found 3 positive values that you stand up for, and 3 negative values that you won't fall for, you would have found your inner compass. If you ever come across a situation in life where you need to make easy or tough decisions in life, asking yourself 4 fundamental questions would help you discover some of your answers which are rooted in your core values. What are those questions? Here they are. What will happen if I make this choice? 2, what will happen if I don't make this choice? 3, what will happen, what will not happen if I make this choice? 4, what will not happen if I don't make this choice? And I'm sure you'll find some kind of a buzz going on in your head, but I am very sure you'll come up with some answers for reflections. Let's make things, even more simpler. I'm going to share some of the driving forces on screen, and we'll be asking certain questions. It's like, find out what really energizes you. The driving forces that you're going to see on screen now, you'll be able to somewhere identify and see that which ones resonate more with you. Let's look at stability. If you value stability in your life, or if you believe in stability, anyone here, you would see yourself choosing values such as integrity, predictability, safety, security, loyalty. These are the values which are important for people who believe in stability. And I'm sure some of you seated here are wondering, why do I really need to dig deep and find these driving forces? Without them, you would be driving in an unknown city without GPS or any navigation system, not knowing where am I going. Let's look at the number 2, exploration. If you believe in exploration, you would see yourself making choices, things like living out of the edge, having fun, doing, things out of the box, seeking pleasure, creativity, unstructured things, having a lot of fun. These are the values which are important for people who believe in exploration. 3, empowerment. What does it really mean for all of us? Personal power, willpower, responsibility, leading from front, passion. These are the values that revolve around empowerment, which is one of the driving force. Connection. Do you believe in connection, and what does it mean? If you believe in connection, again, you would end up choosing values such as teamwork, love, joy, helping others, feeling loved, forgiveness, gratitude. These are the values that are connected with connection. Communication. How important is communication for all of us here? It's all about self-expression. Is that important for you? Where you're seeking answers, you want to verbalize what you feel about certain things. All of the speakers here, it resonates so much with the driving force, which is all about communication. Personal growth. If you believe in personal growth, you would see yourself leading a life emphasizing a lot on knowledge, on wisdom, personal development, and the last one is purpose. We've heard so much about living a purposeful life or a purpose-driven life. If you've ever seen yourself making decisions where you think about who else will be benefited, that is emerging out of a driving force which is all about purpose. The question here is that if I have this framework of 7 driving forces which can help me understand all the values that revolve around these driving forces, and if I can tap into the resources of these driving forces, this is going to bring out the grandest version of who we are, which would help us leading towards navigating a path towards mastering self-leadership. Let me share the analogy. If you look at this image on screen, we all know about the 7 notes in music, and all the beautiful compositions are created out of those beautiful 7 notes. And how we create those beautiful songs and compositions out of those 7 notes, we can create a unique identity based on the values which revolve around these driving forces, and they are stability, exploration, empowerment, communication, connection, personal growth, and purpose. I think at this point of time, I would like to share a quote of the most popular leadership expert, John Maxwell. He says, I quote, "A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way." And if all of us know about our core values, our driving forces which are aligned with our vision, you will be able to master self-leadership, and after that will be able to lead others. And that is what helped me to discover my core drivers, and they are empowerment and pursuing purpose. If you put more focus on doing things right, or doing the right thing? Where is your focus more? Is it all about just focusing on doing things right? Or is it about doing the right thing? And to know the right thing, what the right thing for you is, we need to look within. So I would like to leave you all with a question to reflect on. What is hidden below the tip of your iceberg? Thank you very much. Namaste.